Okay, so hi everyone, welcome to today's webinar. I hope everyone can see us and hear us. If not, just let us know in the chat so we can make sure everything is working fine. So yeah, I'm just saying it's great to see so many of you joining us today. So I think we can start. Yeah, so for those who are joining us for the first time, I'm Diana, I'm part of PDFix team. And I'm joined by my colleague Joseph today, and together we'll be diving into AI-powered auto tagging with PDFix Desktop and showing you how to make PDF accessibility faster, smarter, and a lot easier. So yeah, if you've been with us before, you know that here at PDFix, we are all about automation. We've got over 20 years of experience in PDF technology, and we really believe that making PDFs accessible should not be complicated. Everyone should have the tools to make their content readable for all users. And that's exactly what we are here to show you today. So in this session, actually, Joseph will show you how PDFix Desktop makes PDF tagging faster, smarter, and a lot easier thanks to automation that adapts to your documents. With its user-friendly interface, PDFix Desktop lets anyone, even without coding experience, auto-tag documents and improve accessibility, I can say, in just a few clicks. So Joseph will show you how our auto-tagging templates help keep layouts consistent across different files, and how our new AI models can automatically tag even the most complex documents, even from, I would say, bank statements to invoices. So by the end of this session, you'll know how to turn messy, untagged PDFs into fully accessible PDF UA compliant documents, basically within just a few clicks. So I would just say that during this session, feel free to drop any questions or comments in the chat. We'll make sure to address them at the end of the session. So yeah, I think that was enough talking. So yeah, I think we can start. So Joseph, it's yours.
Thank you very much, Diana, and welcome everyone. I am very happy that honestly we have a really large demand for this webinar, and basically as far as I know, our capacity is almost full. If it's not full. So welcome everyone. My name is Joseph. I am CEO of PDFix, and I will guide you through the different ways of auto tagging PDF documents from the scratch, using a simple auto tagging algorithms, and also using AI models that can significantly improve the accessibility level of the PDF and generate the structure. First, let me show you a few slides of the presentation that will cover what will be this webinar about. We will take a look at the auto tagging basis in PDFix. So many of you already know how to use auto tagging features in PDFix Desktop or PDFix SDK as well. So this will be probably nothing new, and you saw that probably many times. But it's important to understand the basic principles, what we can do, how we can handle auto tagging processes without any configuration with the default algorithms. But also then we look at how the template can significantly improve or simply change the way how the auto tagging process can be, and how the tagging structure, the resulting tagging structure, can change with just a few clicks. We will take a look at some examples of handcrafted templates, which is very useful for high volume production, very fast, very efficient way of auto tagging PDF documents, machine generated, and so on. I'll speak about this later. And of course, because we are still in PDFix Desktop, and PDFix Desktop or has also the batch functionality. We will show how to auto-tag PDF documents in a batch, which means that with a single template generated from either by hand or using AI, you can then reuse this PDFix SDK, so PDFix, the template to auto-tag your PDF document. Let's take a look at what you will need. The latest version of the PDFix Desktop, 2.5 and something, is required because the integration of all the tools that we'll use, and especially AI tools, into the application has been developed for this version and customized so that this functionality can be reused directly in the application. Then what you will need is a Docker for Desktop. Docker for Desktop, many of you definitely know this software. It's a free tool for running virtual machines on your local computer. The complexity of the external actions or using AI models directly on your computer can be virtualized into Docker images and running as a container. This brings a lot of advantages. Probably the biggest advantage from this type of deployment is that you don't have to install anything but the only software, which is Docker, and everything else can be distributed to your computer, and the functionality then can be added. Additional thing regarding the Docker, and I will speak more about it later, is the customization, which means any tool that can be called as a command line or used as a background process can be developed by you or any third-party company, can be integrated directly into PDFix Desktop using some simple configurations. Lastly, you will need installed actions, and here I will show you how you can do this in PDFix Desktop. Basically, because if you click on this Docker icon, you will see the list of available actions that we have currently in our marketplace. This list is always present in the application. What you need is just choose the appropriate action that you need to use and choose install. This will download the image to your computer, and basically it's ready to use once the installation is finished. As you can see, the variability of the size of the images really reflects the implementation inside. We have AI modules that runs directly on a computer, which this means there is no online communication. These are typically those large images these images have all the training data directly downloaded on your computer. That's why the size. And of course, in case of communication that is going over the internet, these images are smaller and but also very useful. So for those who want to use only local resources, we have a solution for both. And for those who are okay with sending data to ChatGPT or somewhere to Amazon Cloud or somewhere else, then they can choose their own tool. So I think we can take a look directly at the example, what we have. So we have a very some kind of a market report, which is this document has been captured from the web, and it's a document that is generated on a weekly basis, as far as I know, or simply regularly. You can see that these documents are very similar in the layout, which is advantageous for us because then we can reuse any configuration that we will use or the layout template configuration that we will generate can be reused then in the batch processing later. So we can take a look at the individual ways of auto tagging the PDF documents. The first and basic auto tagging is just a very simple auto tagging process which identifies the content in the PDF document and generates a very basic structure. Although this basic structure is really not usable for well-tagged PDF documents, and definitely these documents require some modification. In many cases, this is a good start to generate some kind of structure. Of course, once you go through the document, you can see that all elements or all object content on the page is properly tagged, and it's up to you to modify, to choose whether the tag is correct or not. So for instance, if this content is not tagged as a list, you can simply select all the content that is available, and also, of course, retagging the content is necessary, but with a few clicks, you can achieve a good result in auto tagging process. This is the basic one, and we can take a look at other ways of improving the tag structure directly by auto tagging. For this, we use the layout template. It's a set of rules and configurations that we spoke about it also in the previous webinars. That defines some rules, some functions that will be used during the auto tagging process. So this way you can define your heading structure using font sizes or positions or font colors. You can also manipulate table header cells. You can also choose what, in case of a special types of list labels, you can define your own list labels. There is a huge amount of customization available with the template. We have been speaking about the template configuration in the last webinar that was a few months ago. So I recommend you watching this webinar if you didn't have a chance yet. The template can improve the auto tagging results, and we have I will show you now a couple of ways how to make a template and what will be the results in the tagging structure. The first option is using our own preflight. This preflight function, it analyzes the document and tries to search for simple structures like, for instance, headings, for instance, here in this case, you can see that these headings were found, and we search for headings levels 1, 2, 3, up to 3, depending on the type of the document. You will find some or not. We also search for headers and footers. This is useful for repeated content. This way of auto tagging using this template will give you a result that is still a basic structure that needs some remediation, but you have some additional tags that will improve, that can be used in the further processing. As you can see let's look at the page number 2. The footer is no longer tagged, so you don't have to deal with this during the manual process. This, of course, this is only to improve the speed or to make the auto tagging process more efficient, and of course, remediation is still necessary. This type of generated template is also very useful, and we have a lot of customers who are using this type of remediation with the preflight for the use cases when the number of PDF documents that they need to process does not allow them to use any manual work, but they want to get as good results as possible. AI can do a much better job, but because of the performance, or other concerns that they might have, it's simply not possible to use it. So as I mentioned, AI, let's take a look at how AI can modify the way how we look at the PDF documents. As I said, AI is implemented directly into the PDFix Desktop, and basically we have a couple of integrations of AI. One of them is to generate the layout template, and for this demonstration, I will show you 2 AI models. First one is using the Pedal OCR. The second one is using the Amazon Textract. One is using offline processing. This is Pedal, so data are not sent anywhere, and everything is running locally. It has a couple of setups here. You can adjust for the processing, and we can run directly the recognition process using Pedal OCR. At the moment, the process takes some time because we need to render each page, send it over to AI to recognize structures on each page, and then once this is complete, we can take a look at the way how the pages were recognized. Each page, as you can see, each page was recognized separately, and we have some structure that can be used as a base for or another type of tagging structure for auto tagging. As you can see on the page number 2, we still have recognized whole table instead of 3 tables, which is not bad. Actually, we can still work on this document and continue auto tagging process. Auto tagging this file is the same process as in previous case. We still have our own template generated, and we can take a look at the generated structure. You can see that the generated structure is not complete, which means that it still has some issues. Like for instance, in this table, there are some issues with the header cells, but otherwise the overall tag structure is okay. We can see that the heading structure was more or less good, recognized. The lists not perfect, but we can still modify the list quite easily the way we did it in the first case. So another type of layout recognition we can try. If you're not satisfied with your model that already with a pedal or any other model, we can use another one. And I see I don't have the access keys here, which is a problem. Okay, let's do it this way. Okay, so I will grab my credentials here. So here you need to put the access keys and to access the Amazon website and Amazon service for Amazon Textract, and then we will get another type of structure. I will get to this in a second. While I'll fix the problem with the credentials, so that I can show you how the performance, the structure will be generated. Basically, it's just a different AI model, which means that the logical structure is slightly different. Different structures can be generated. Some layout models enable also recognition of individual elements, so some of them may go deeper. If you have your own, layout model that was trained or your document set, then you can simply use that one. The integration is very simple. Using just a simple configuration file, you can do this. So let me put here my access keys. Actually, these keys are for demonstration. So even if you copy them, they will probably not work at the end of the day. So we can run this, and again, we will replace the template, and we will take a look at how the structure with Amazon Textract will be different from the pedal OCR and maybe more suitable for this type of document. Right now, we are sending the data to Amazon Cloud, which means that it might take a lot of time. As I mentioned at the beginning, the problem or the issue that we currently recognize with AI model is the performance. That is probably that's what's one of the most important concerns. So let's take a look at the elements that we have. We can see that the figure at the beginning was recognized differently. We have a section header, some sections, the paragraphs were recognized more or less correctly. We can take a look at another page. The table was recognized the same way. Let's look at the list we had. I think it was on the, let's auto tag the document. We'll take a look this way. So we can see that the table was recognized, still have some issues with the header cells. We have a nice list with Amazon Textract, which is perfect. We don't have to do any other manipulation with the content. And basically, the document seems to be correctly recognized. Not much work remains on this document in terms of modification of the structure. The last, probably the most advanced technique to work with the template is using the manually created template. As I mentioned at the beginning, the manually created template are probably the most efficient. Probably the most efficient solution for auto tagging high volume of document files generated from the same template. I will upload the JSON file that was handcrafted and prepared for this document specifically. As you can see that the template is more complex. I will not deal much with the structure of the documents, but as you can see that the structure is slightly different. We don't have to rely on pages. We can work with the elements that also spans multiple pages. We can segment the document content into pieces and actually auto tag a specific content with a completely separated template. So there is a lot of options how to improve the accessibility tags in the document in order to achieve almost 100% accuracy in the desired results. So now with this structure, I can point on a few differences that are worth to mention. As you can see at the first page, the image is not tagged. That the reason is that the template defines this as an artifact, and from the accessibility standpoint, this is not a meaningful content, so no image is necessary for this type of document, and the screen reader will probably present this content in a better way. We can take a look at a table. You can see that you can split tables. You can define header cells, or the green underlines or these lines on the left side define the header cells. So this all can be adjusted and defined in the template, so no additional work is necessary. On other pages, the table also can be continuous, which means that if the table spans multiple pages, it is possible to connect these elements. It all depends on the type of content that you deal with. The lists, of course, are also tagged properly, and also you can see that, for instance, this list spans multiple pages as well. This was also defined with the template. So these were the probably all types of auto tagging, and depending on the workflow that you work on, or depending on the type of documents, it's up to you to choose which one fits the best for your document set. And as I mentioned at the beginning, we'll take a look also on auto tagging documents with the template, multiple documents, so that we can process them in a batch. So let's take a look. We have a number of documents here. As I mentioned at the beginning, these documents are more or less the same, with the same layout, very simple, but we need to tag all of them. So what we can do to generate the structure in this PDF document, we can just run the action auto tag PDF here into the template. We can put our path to the JSON template. We can define the name, and maybe we can change the folder where these documents will be sent. We can also modify the input, and using the run command, all the documents will be automatically generated. So now I have my new files generated from the original ones, and we can take a look that each document have already the structure that was defined in the previous file. We can take a look at other documents, and as you can see, each document is tagged, although the content might change, the layout fits perfectly, and that's the advantage of the template. Similarly to this auto tagging with our template, you can also run auto tagging with AI models. These AI models, accessibility. So these AI models also enables you to tag the whole document. This means that you don't have to deal with the template, but automatically send the whole PDF into the layout model, into this Docker container, which identifies the document automatically and generate the tag structure for you. The result will be similar to what we have seen in this case, and again, recommended way to continue working with this document is to check the structure and fix possible issues with the structure, reading order, and proceed with other steps that are necessary to achieve the perfect accessibility level. I think that's all regarding this, and maybe I would probably let much more time for questions and answers, because this topic is one of probably the most articulated, and we see that there is a big demand for some of these workflows of auto tagging, depending on the use case and the volume of documents that the users have to process. So if you have any questions or anything that any questions, that feel free to drop them into the chat. Diana will sort them out, and please, Diana, read those questions. I didn't read them, so I was focusing on something else. So I'll hand up to you.
Yeah, there was few questions, but we already some of them answered. Actually, the quite large number is answered. But if you have any questions now, it's time to ask. So send them in. We have one that where do I find my my keys? So it's probably regarding the external actions keys. And
okay, so I think I just got a message from our support team that all questions have been answered in the chat, so we don't have to do we don't have much work to do, but we can proceed with the next things that I have prepared. We have some resources and topics and maybe articles that might be good for you to see. Probably the most one of course, the links to grab the software. I will not speak about this, but let me point on this PDFix Marketplace. PDFix Marketplace is a website where we actually it's actually a container for all different types of external actions. All these actions somehow extend the functionality of the PDFix Desktop. As you can see, we have different types of actions. Some of them do auto tagging or layout recognition. Some of them do tesseract, conversion, validation, alternate text generation. This will be a part of one of the next webinars. So also one of the highly demanded topic. So the list of these external actions is extended, and it will be extended also in the future. So we definitely recommend you to check this marketplace for new stuff. We will send over some reminders in case there will be something important new, but it will be definitely very useful, and in the PDFix Desktop integration allows you to use directly without any problems, extend the functionality. The content of this webinar will be also available as an article, and we have just prepared maybe a little bit more extensive demonstration of what we have done in this webinar. It contains all steps of that we presented here, plus you have some video recording, including instructions on how to use, how to proceed, basically, and it probably slightly different view on this webinar, maybe slightly different type of explanation, but otherwise it will provide you the complete information. Regarding the next the templates, I would probably guide you to point you on the PDFix template examples. It is a list of examples that we have prepared for auto tagging different types of documents. The demonstration I have done was done for this weekly market commentary. These documents were exactly the same, those that I have used, but I recommend you to check also the other webinars, the other document types. We have some bank statements, we have invoices, we have various types of documents. You can take a look at if you're interested in see how the template works and how the template can what the template contains, what kind of rules and what kind of rules can be used. You can take a look here. That's probably everything from my side. Do we have any new questions, Diana, please?
Yeah, actually, there are a few questions, but we will be running out of time. But there is some kind of interesting one, like this one is in which cases will you recommend Paddle instead of Tesseract? That would be one question.
Yes. The choice for the AI model, it's completely up to you. We have seen some concerns regarding the Paddle OCR because of the origin of this model, and of course, many clients are not willing to use AI models that send data out of their computers. So it's always about you to find a good balance, or maybe to make a choice whether you want to send data out or you want to keep them on your computer, regardless of what AI do you use. Again, I would say that I recommend you to check if you have any your own trained models for layout recognition or use specific document types, and you have some trained models. I recommend you get in touch with us. We'll let you know how to integrate your AI into PDFix Desktop, so then you can customize the way how you work with the PDF documents, and maybe you will be able to process your documents much faster. So there is no best. I would not recommend any of these AI models because they always depend on the complexity of the document. Each layout model has something unique. And we have seen many good recognitions with the Paddle, and many good recognitions with the OCR Tesseract, and of course we explore many others. So the list of available models will expand, and maybe some new models that will come in the future will be a better match for your documents. So yeah, I recommend trying new AI models, and you will see.
Yeah, well, we have more questions, but it's too many of them and they are very complex. So I would just say that we will gather them up and we will definitely reach out to you back because many of them are too complex, so we can answer them straight to to your email address. So that would be probably much smarter. And
Maybe
I would just say,
sorry, Dana. Maybe I would point out one question that was answered in the chat, and it was regarding the template and the use of AI models with PDFix SDK. We will have a separate webinar dedicated to this topic and the PDFix SDK in 2 weeks. So, but the simple answer is yes, it is possible, and you will see that in how it can be done in a short time.
Yeah, I just wanted to point out that basically to let you all know that there are a couple of new webinars coming up. Then one will be on PDFix SDK auto tagging, and another one is just focused on image alt text generation. And these topics comes directly from you. So just make sure to check our webinar section on PDFix.net and register for those ones. And also check your email inbox. You'll receive the webinar recording after this session, but we will also upload it to our YouTube channel and to webinar section on PDFix.net. And if that's all from Josef, from you. Thank you for walking us through PDFix Desktop.
And maybe last note, the meeting has been recorded, so it will be published on YouTube and also on our website in a few days. So you can definitely watch that again, and we'll see us next time. So I'm looking forward to meet.
So thank you all for joining us, and see you next time.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye.